Question 1. A financial institution is implementing a new transaction monitoring system. What should be the primary focus during the testing phase? Option A. Ensuring the system generates the maximum number of alerts. Option B. Validating that the system identifies transactions aligned with known money laundering typologies. Option C. Reducing the system's operational cost to improve efficiency. Option D. Ensuring compatibility with legacy IT systems. The correct answer is option B. Validating that the system identifies transactions aligned with known money laundering typologies. Validating that the system identifies transactions aligned with known money laundering typologies is the primary focus during the testing phase. This ensures that the transaction monitoring system effectively detects suspicious activities that may indicate money laundering, which is critical for compliance and risk management. Ensuring the system generates the maximum number of alerts, A, is incorrect because simply maximizing alerts can lead to alert fatigue and reduced effectiveness in identifying truly suspicious transactions. Reducing the system's operational cost to improve efficiency, C, is not the focus of the testing phase. The priority should be on the system's accuracy and effectiveness in detecting illicit activities rather than cost-saving measures. Ensuring compatibility with legacy IT systems, D, is also not the primary concern during testing. While integration is important, the main objective is to guarantee that the system accurately identifies transactions that fit established money laundering patterns. Extended rationale, the correct answer remains B, validating that the system identifies transactions aligned with known money laundering typologies. To understand this item thoroughly, begin by identifying the exact concept being tested and then connect the most important clue in the question to the defining characteristics of the correct answer. The strongest answer is not simply the option that sounds generally related to the topic, it is the option that most precisely accounts for the facts, terminology, circumstances, or decision described in the STEM. This distinction is especially important in professional examination questions because several choices may contain statements that are true in another setting while only one directly answers the question being asked. A careful approach is to evaluate the alternatives one at a time. For each choice, ask what specific evidence would need to be present for that option to be correct and then compare that requirement with the information actually supplied in the question. Incorrect options often represent closely related concepts, different stages of a process, different responsibilities, different risk factors, or actions that would be appropriate only after additional facts were established. Recognizing those distinctions helps eliminate distractors without changing or adding assumptions to the original scenario. The underlying principle should also be understood in context rather than memorized as an isolated fact. In real-world professional practice, decisions are generally based on the totality of the available information, established procedures, relevant standards, and the specific circumstances of the case. An individual clue may point toward a particular conclusion, but sound reasoning requires determining how that clue relates to the broader concept being tested. This is why understanding why an answer is correct is more useful than memorizing the answer letter alone. The same principle can appear in a future question using different wording, a different scenario, or a different set of distractors. For exam purposes, use a 3-step method. First, determine exactly what the STEM is asking you to identify, prioritize, recognize, or do. Second, isolate the decisive clue or clues and connect them to the relevant concept. Third, compare every option with those clues and eliminate answers that require information the question does not provide. Following that reasoning confirms B, validating that the system identifies transactions aligned with known money laundering typologies, as the best answer. The original rationale above establishes the core reason, and this expanded analysis reinforces how to distinguish the correct response from the alternatives while applying the same concept confidently to similar questions.